Hello, my name's Jupiter Hadley, and today we're doing another version of Jupi Plays All the Games, this time with the Fermi Paradox Jam. The Fermi Paradox is a contradiction involving, extraterrestrial life, I guess. Basically, on Earth, humans grew and evolved, and we are quite technologically advanced. And we believe that there is at least 1 in 6 other planets that are quite like our own, but we haven't met any extraterrestrials or been in contact with them or anything. And that's sort of the contradiction. There's lots of answers that have been proposed for why there isn't life, like it being rare or non-existent, and that no other species were intelligent, and just lots of other things basically that could solve this question. This jam was about making anything inspired by the problem. It could be games, digital work, music, star charts, or comics, anything basically. So I'm going to be checking out all the things that were entered this jam for about a minute each. Links to the individual things will be in the description, so you can check them out further. All my info will also be in the description, and at the end I'll probably have an article of my favorites. Thank you for watching and liking and commenting. Next, we're playing Untitled. Right. The Fermi Paradox is a conflict between arguments of scale and probability that seem to favor intelligent life being common in the universe and a total lack of evidence of intelligent life having ever arisen anywhere other than on Earth. And this little game aims to show you how hard to find intelligent life being in a procedurally generated galaxy. Some probabilities are increased to make finding living beings a bit easier. Unimplore. Alright. So, yes, let's explore. Our ship looks super cool. Alright, enter star with green. Stop this a bit, but I want to enter here. Alright, so we can't enter these little stars. Let's select one. Let's try this one. Yep. Now enter it. Alright. Looks kind of like the sun. Don't want to keep being pulled. I like how it shows us where we would be, pulled. I'm trying to aim for that, green dot on the map. Green dot. Life, none. But, life, none. This is quite well done. So, even though this possibly could be a planet, it's not. Let's exit the solar system. Go this way. And we'll grab onto a star. Let's do that one. Nope, I don't want to be in the sun. I want to go out towards those green dots. Sure, this way. See what they're about. This is a really well-made game. Alright. Just slow and steady. Do you have anyone on you? Life. Ah, bacterial life. Found it. That's pretty cool. Next. We're playing 1181. It's a twine game. Begin. One of the other interns looked far away today. His eyes seemed to shiver when he looked up at the fluorescent lights, dark and dancing. Nystagmic. Yeah. Far away. Who knows where, but he kept looking over at the windows, always glancing out into the night. Mars is out tonight, a faint red glow lost between burning white constellations and the roving, blinking lights of harried jets. The windows aren't enough to see by, just tiny cubbies high up on the whitewashed walls. Once you've walked far enough into the complex, there are no windows at all. Who knows where, but he kept looking over at the... Mars is out tonight. It looks so dim. Our own satellites outshine too many stars. How are we supposed to find anyone else out there? Why do we want to? I have no idea what that must look like. It seems like it would shake your vision, apart, blurred and broken and dizzying. But in an instant stopped, his eyes still done blinking, though he kept staring out the window. He looked vacant, fixated on some distant promise, probably nothing much, an errand or a party, some obligation, something that isn't this. Most of us are under 30 and we're not getting paid. So what if the guy takes a minute now and then to zone out? It was just strange is all, a little too far off from normal. It's kind of a thankless job, no pay, weird hours, we're not allowed to access most of the lab. Usually, I don't mind the late shifts. They're calm. It's just standard data entry for a few hours, equipment management, characteristics of distant stars, surveys that never show the signal anyone's been looking for. But it's starting to wear me out. The late shifts make the others act strange, and this isn't even what I went to school for. I don't know the first thing about what people really do here. I don't understand satellites or radio telescopes or astronomy. I just punch in data and wipe down counters. I know that they're looking for something, but I don't understand it. How much can one person care about an asteroid belt? The late shift really isn't for everyone. 2 of the others were assigned with me for the night. The new girl was being briefed on data entry procedures for a bit. She seemed ready to fall asleep until she got her second wind around midnight. Then she took off her glasses and barely blinked for an hour. I tried not to look over too much. The other one's eyes still shiver, twitching in the light. He was in and out for most of the night. They probably had him organizing equipment or something. The door in the back of the room swung open, and he stumbled back in at midnight, pinching the bridge of his nose between thumb and forefinger. I turned and opened my mouth to speak, but it seemed like a bad time for a cheerful what's up. The way he was breathing, breath hissing through his teeth, harsh and guttural, was wrong. I asked him if he was okay, and he kept wheezing and sucking in a short mouthful of air. When I was about to ask again, he mumbled something. Sorry. I told him it was no problem, asked if he needed to sit down. It's fine, he echoed. It didn't look fine. The new girl didn't seem to notice. She was glued to her work, typing and typing and typing, scrolling intermittently, eyes wide open and glistening as she sat there logging asteroid eccentricity. I offered to give up my chair for a bit or run up to one of the vending machines and grab a bottle of water. The other guy shook his head, smiling wanly, and straightened up after a minute. It's fine, he said again. Seems quite interesting. I wonder how I got into this job if I know nothing about it, and why I'm doing it for free. Night shifts are always weird. It's like setting up a weird atmosphere. But it seems quite interesting. In the description it said something about a cosmic horror, so we'll see. Next. We're playing Broken Paradox. This game has my font in it. My lovely, lovely font. It's a horror game. Gosh, I don't like horror games. Read first note from Edward Miller to Jennifer Miller. Yeah. Dear Mother, I hope you are well. Recently I got a new job monitoring security cameras at some sort of scientific facility. Everything was going well, and I was getting on with my new coworkers until the other night. I noticed strange lights in the cameras at the central yard area of the facility and mentioned it to my boss, Dr. Thomas. He came into the room and plugged out the three monitors that had a view of the courtyard. Since then, the scientists have been acting really odd and secretive. The lights have started to go out every so often, and I heard odd noises while working. Anyway, that's enough on that topic. It's probably nothing, but I just thought it'd be best to have some record in case anything serious happens. How's Dad and Ziggy? Any news? I have to go now anyway. Your loving son, Edward. P.S. I might not make it home for Christmas. Okay. Police report. Tusk County Police Force, the 12th of November, 1998. Alright, so Donald Jones, blah blah, officer report of his facility on November 11th. Upon entering, I quickly realized the facility was abandoned, as the attached statement from the ETCEB states. Note from the ETCEB, the Extraterrestrial Communications and Experimental Board hereby confirms this facility at Mount Thru has been abandoned. Alright. Okay, I've got a key. And second note from Edward Miller's. Dear Mother, I really hope you are well. Things have taken a turn for the worse at my job. The head scientist at the facility, Dr. Thomas, has told us that the facility will be locked down in 3 days. They say it'll only be for a week, and if we want to be paid this month, we have to be there. Of course, they are offering overtime. Anyway, seems how things have been getting weirder. I have decided to send you a key to the front gate. And if everything goes well, I will send you a letter in the next 2 weeks. I'm glad to hear Dad's blood pressure is getting lower. It's a pity that Ziggy has been digging up your plants, but it would be cruel to tie him to the fence. Anyway, I hope everything is well at home. I'm sorry I've been acting so paranoid. It's just that the facility is so creepy and the scientists themselves are extremely paranoid. Talk to you soon, Edward. Ooh. Why am I being, sucked backwards? Weird. This feels like a horror game. Warning, the premises has been deemed unsafe. Can I unlock the door? When I let go of the forward thing, I end up going backwards. I'm not sure why. Another note. Hello, my name is Dr. Keith Bryant. If you find this and are considering entering the facility, don't. If my warnings aren't enough, I will warn you that Dr. Thomas has gone insane. After we made first contact, he started acting a bit odd. After the lockdown, he began to act completely off the wall. There are 5 of us live in the empty lounge. If you can get us out of here, we'd be so grateful. We just want to go home. Sincerely, Dr. Keith Brent. P.S. I've heard there's a hole in the roof that you can reach by a ladder around the other side of the entrance. Thank you for the tip, sir. This seems like a very, very interesting game. It is quite creepy. Next. We're playing Epitaph. It's an idle game about existential risks and the death of civilizations. So, Igaci. We first became aware of the Igaci in 1703. They inhabited the chilly planet Igacio in the Agaki system. They're fearful, diminutive, and resilient. The Igaci have domesticated a species of small, fluffy creatures. The pets assist their owners with navigation in exchange for food and shelter. Teach them secrets of toolmaking, agriculture, fishing, writing, or anatomy. Let's teach them fishing. They've learned how to catch water-dwelling creatures such as parasects, which is now a staple part of the diet. In 1739, a foodborne illness began to spread rapidly through the population. Less than 10% of Iggy survived the plague, causing a population bottleneck, which eventually brought the total collapse. Aww. Alright, this is the Keaton. First became aware of the Keaton in 2699. They inhabited the stormy planet Quanti in the Keithen system. They are aloof, honest, and gentle. We could teach them toolmaking, fishing, writing, or astronomy. Let's do agriculture. They've begun to cultivate crops. One especially popular crop is the guapa, a kind of fleshy flower that grows well on the riverbanks of Quanti. They've domesticated species of small feathered animals. They help them in navigation in exchange for food. We have received inferred with the development of the civilization. Further interference is forbidden. Alright, so we're only supposed to dip in every once in a while before we mess up everything. So now we can teach them again. Let's teach them about writing. They've developed a simple system for writing, which they use primarily for worship. They've learned how to catch water-dwelling creatures such as Nitin, which is now a staple part of their diet. Alright, then we just wait a couple more years. This is quite interesting. I very much like how we're sort of having a bit of a role in their lives. In 2822, many of the fractions of Keaton clans were united in a single banner by an individual known as the Keaton the Magnificent. The city has been declared the capital of the empire, which rules over approximately 30% of the entire population. Usually the Keatons are government by councils. Let's teach them astronomy. I don't want to teach them tools because I feel like tools ends up being weapons. This is pretty interesting, though. It's a really, really, story-based, almost, idle game, which I've never seen before. I like it. Next. We're playing Exohistorian. In orbit, Tau Centi 3A Oceanic World. There's been a new email. First day on the job, template email. Congratulations, young graduate. After decades of hard work and dedication, you are now embarking on your first journey as an exohistorian. How thrilling. What beauties shall you what beauties you shall see carving out this new sector of space, what artifacts you shall find adding to the ever-blossoming flower of human knowledge. I've attached forms T3801 and T3802 for your use. Speaking of which, please make sure to catalog only the most tantalizing pieces of exomorphic archaeology. The department is currently undergoing a bit of budgetary belt-tightening, and the Dean of Interstellarship of History has implied that our deep space explorations aren't a passion project, but they must represent a very specific interest from the museums who give us the grant. He specifically used the phrase "meat in the seats" when referring to the museum's attendance. We're expecting big things. Best, Claudia. Let's begin the survey. Observations. I'm not quite sure how to play. A pale pink planet, Tau, Centi 3A. Pulses with an ethereal light at regular intervals. Watching while I dock the ship is relaxing, almost hypnotic. I wonder idly, was this an alien spa, a form of entertainment? Breathing the waves, I discover many artifacts of a fundamentally infrastructural type. They resemble passenger trains and monorails with wide berths positioned for alien comfort. I find a rust-like residue on almost all surfaces that indicate this planet was abandoned long, long ago. Let's find an artifact. Let's do polyhedral tesseratic totem. Sounds interesting. An optical illusion made manifest. No matter which way you turn this bizarre shape, the verticals connect on a plane far beyond the perceived space it takes up. Alright, so now I've launched it, and now I can enter asleep. This is quite neat, documenting stuff. Thank you for sending your first sample of xenomorphic archaeology. Everyone in the lab appreciates the work you do, but we had very little success selling the polyhedral pterosac totem to the museum, and the report was a bit dry. They're interested in objects with a little more punch, and descriptions that really grab your attention. Consider this an opportunity to improve. Oh, I thought this was cool. We're trying to connect with other people. Alright. What a dump of a planet, harsh gray sides, cracked chalky surfaces, no vegetation, no water. Initial scans indicate a great depression at one pole that leads to an enormous cavern at the planet's core. It appears that the exomorphs sucked up the metal core of this planet, destroying its rotation and gravitation, and filled up the hole with their garbage. Luckily for an archaeologist, shifting through a garbage dump is one of the most telling ways of discovering how a population really lives. Tiny black box, a column of sound, or a silvery strip of unbreakable space fabric. This is so interesting, finding these things and then trying to sell them. Next. We're playing The Visitor. Alright. This one is closed and I can't see if it's empty or not. I'm still a little bit confused after waking up. This console may have some useful information. What's the crypto capsule I've just left? So this is a bit of a point and click and reading simulator according to the description. So I was just kind of clicking on the dots on the wall. I'll do this red one over in the corner. This door seems locked. Maybe inside this unit. Planet. Yeah. Life found false. Ooh. There is plenty of information about this planet in the console. Nothing feels really useful, but it seems there's also an unlock button for the door. Alright. This does not look normal. The view from the next room's window is a totally different view compared to this room's view. Huh. Maybe it's just a view of a different planet. Planet, life found false. It is worth mentioning that this planet may develop life in future. Probe has decided to leave Watcher Child here for further observation. Interesting. Well, I have no knowledge of this facility. I recall being told what are the probes. I think they were some kind of self-replicating entities. I wonder if they've, taken over the planet. Same thing. So it's like a new world in this window as well. How interesting. Alright. Life was true. It's bacterian-like. Wait, could it be that behind every window there's a planet described in the console? It seems impossible, but Planet's atmosphere has been destroyed due to increasing activity of system star. Watcher has decided to go into lower activity state. No further signs of life on planet. Watcher has decided to leave planet due to star activity, moving away from the star. Yeah, so maybe these are just like replicas or like diagrams of it. Yeah, that makes sense. Well, this is different. This time it's a star. Yeah, this must be like a science museum almost, or a science facility. Planet's none. Leaving Watcher child for observation. This one is somehow disappointing. Huh. This is quite interesting, reading about these planets and trying to figure out what I'm doing. Let's hope I'll find anything in the next room, something other than window. All the things right here. Data unaccessible, memory storage damaged. And this is somehow interesting, yet it doesn't seem like I could do anything with it. I haven't got access to any proper tools from here. Well, I'll have to find some. Next. We're checking out the Celestial Interpretation Handbook. This is a handbook on, contacting life in space. When viewed with the untrained eye, the uncountable stars and planets that fill our night sky may seem cold and unscrutable. Yet, it is an absolute certainty that somewhere in our field of vision, life is working to reach out to us. The cosmos may be vast, but it is not uncaring. With the Celestial Interpretation Handbook, you will learn the latest methods of parsing messages from outside our sphere, and techniques necessary to respond to our neighbors in kind. Across the millennia, generations of inquisitive scientists and engineers worked tirelessly to provide the human species a plethora of instruments designed to enhance our knowledge of the figures that lie beyond the scope of our understanding. Their collective contributions to the advancement of astronomical thought cannot be understated. This handbook, however, can be used on its own without any extraneous aids. When provided with a clear line of sight to the heavens, it is possible to detect celestial evidence, to decipher unspoken signals by carefully analyzing your surroundings with the naked eye. If you wish, you can listen to any astronomical body of your choosing, yet be aware that although most stars visible to the naked eye are likely to contain intelligent life and communicative extraterrestrial life, messages may become distorted along their journey and cannot always be properly deciphered. Efficiency in meaningful contact requires a level of familiarity with the stars of your choosing that comes with regular observation and appropriately empathetic response. Therefore, before attempting to initiate true contact, you must cultivate a relationship with your chosen star. Pay close attention to the way your star shimmers as its light enters our atmosphere. Trace the path of its journey across the sky. Ask the star how it burns tonight, and ask of the civilization that have come and gone beneath its light. Although at this stage it is unlikely the beings around your star will receive the messages you send, a proper relationship cannot form unless both parties are open to truly speak and truly listen. This is a really interesting manual. I like the idea of this existing, of someone making a sort of manual. It's not that long either, it's just 3 pages. Making a manual of how to communicate. We're playing We Were First. We have waited long, but the children are coming. The galaxy was ours. It will remain ours. So basically, this is a game where we need to, we are listening. We need to stop other intelligent life from becoming intelligent. We are listening. New power station built. So I built a new power station. So we're getting power for every second we get there. That's what the electricity is. And basically, new civilizations will start to form, and we need to defeat them because we need to be on top. Alright. We should build some ships, probably. New attack ship built. Alright. So we're trying to stop other civilizations from gaining technology. Alright. We're gonna send some ships. Ooh, technology have been exterminated. Alright, so their civilization's gone. Go there. We need some more ships. If they get to level 5, it's game over. Alright, did we kill them? Yes, alright. Get that one. Grab another one. We need more ships. More ships. This is exactly how I think we treat extraterrestrials. Just destroy them. We were here first. There's one hiding over in the corner. I need to wait until we get some more power so that I can get that one. There's so many of them. Bam. Alright. This is pretty interesting. It's a completely different take on what would happen. We have like the killed, how we killed them and stuff. It's kind of sad, isn't it? Next. We're playing Radioscope. Basically, it's randomly generated stars, and you can scan them to their history. Discovered by Jing Prasada, was once featured on Star Trek, is orbited by 6 planets of various types, one of which are in our habitable zone. And we can mark it as possibly contain life, and at the end of your time, they will see if you're right, I guess. Discovered by Lil Ahmed, was discovered as a dare, is orbited by 7 planets, 2 are inhabitable, right? 0. Alright, so this is discovered by George Richter. Described as worthless and terrible, huh? Okay, so no planets. Discovered by Kayan Exi. Worried about the black hole next door. Is over the 1 planet, various types, 0 of which are inhabitable. Alright, discovered by Exohistorian Patel. Has no redeemable qualities. Orbited by 9 planets of various types, 3 are habitable. If it has no good qualities, then no one probably lives there, right? Discovered by Linda Yu, appears to look black, is orbited by 6 planets, but none are inhabitable. None are habitable. Discovered by Joseph Evans, goes way too fast around the galaxy's core. It's orbited by 10 planets, but only 3 are habitable. Sure. This is a pretty interesting name. You can read all of the history. That doesn't have it. Oh, wait. I'm wondering if it's just our time is determined by how many planets we make habitable. No, yeah, maybe. So if I just pick all of these. Pick 10 stars are home to some kind of life. You were right about 0 of them. That's pretty interesting. Next. We're playing Fermi Clicker. So we're clicking this planet to research. And then we can buy stuff. Studies the skies for alien messages. Extra research, right? Alright, let's get a radio dish. Nah, let's get one of these. Can also upgrade them, I guess. Is that what this does? Upgrade 1. Right. It's a well-made clicker. It does exactly what you'd expect. Researching. I want to get a radio dish. What do you do? Catches transmissions from deep space. Right? Observation satellites. Watches the stars for signs of intelligent life. Alright. We shall keep clicking. I want to get a second radio dish. So it looks like just a well-made clicker. Like the little animation on the world. Cool. So you can only have 500 of each. Huh. Alright, next.